everyone, I'm Ada from Poison Rock. Today we have Johnny from Man Machine Industry. First of all, how's it going, Johnny?
I'm fine. I'm doing well over here. It's getting cold in Sweden now.
Of course, we are in late autumn, let's say.
Yeah.
I mean, how many degrees there are over there?
How many degrees?
Yeah.
Today was actually a little bit warmer day today, but it's getting closer to the winter here, so it's getting colder each day.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, in December, probably the snow will start to come. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're already used to that, so it's a kind of normal, I think, for you.
Yeah.
Of course, of course. I mean, you have, like I was saying to you before, you have an amazing background as a producer, composer, and frontman. And I want, before speaking about like how Man Machine Industry started, I want to ask you about you, Johnny. I mean, your early days in music. So you're a child. I don't think you get out of the womb with the instrument. Or how was your background as a kid growing up? A little bit about your background.
Well, I was brought up on the countryside, far away from Stockholm, the big cities. So I was raised with my mother, and we had lots of animals on the farm,
Oh,
actually. But then my aunt married a drummer who played in a band called Rockfolket, the Rock People here in Sweden
okay.
in the same 70s, and he played drums. So I got into music much because of him, actually. Started playing drums already in the late 70s. So I'm a drummer from the beginning. But
So,
then in the 80s, I discovered more heavy metal and stuff like that. And
okay.
I started playing guitar. And then I started doing vocals. And I learned how to play bass, how to record, produce, and everything.
So
You
you
know.
started as well the let's say the side let's say the other side of music of as well you were saying of composing, mainly like the production behind it by yourself.
Yeah, I do lots. I do all Man Machine Industry
You-
productions myself.
So like
So I
yeah.
play everything on the albums. It's kind of a solo project.
So let's say coming back to like so we brought up like my machine industry like how started so we can call it because there are these things like the bands solo project, so we can say
Mm.
because I'm not a huge fan or label or genre, just it's let's be free, but of course being a music we have to give to people kind of indication, so we can say the man machine industry is kind of solo project basically.
Yeah, it's a solo project.
Okay.
It's been around for a long time now. So I do everything in the studio, but live, I got some friends backing me up live. So I live, I just play guitar and sing.
Okay.
So and that's the way it goes. But it's fun. I like to do stuff in the studio myself. I love to record. I love to create in the studio,
Okay.
and that's one of the things I don't want to share. I want to keep that
Of
close to my
course.
heart because it's an amazing feeling to create. I
Yeah,
think
because your
it's
sound, it's a beautiful sound, and even people that never, I don't know, never heard of you, and I'm just shut up some music that you are doing, especially the last singles you released. They were like, they were who are like where they are coming from, where is this band from? Because from your music you can hear that a lot of experience. You're not like an
yeah.
there's a lot of experience. So, of course, like man machine industry, why? I mean, it's a common question. Why you choose this name? Yeah, we have to do it.
Yeah.
So let's get rid of this question, and we don't care. Just let's give to the people the what.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Well, in the 90s, I played mostly drums with other bands. I played in Rosicrucian, which was a thrash band on Black Mark Records.
Okay,
And then I went on to Slapdash at
okay,
Nuclear Blast Records and did a couple of albums with them as well. But then I got more and more into playing guitar and composing myself. So I built my studio and stuff like that. And then I thought it's time to do a solo project, because I really loved hanging out in the studio myself.
Yeah.
So I started MMI already around 2000 actually, but I didn't aim to get anywhere. I just did it for myself, in the beginning. And from the beginning, the name was Me, Myself, and I.
Me, Myself,
MMI. So I had it shortened MMI, Me, Myself, and I, as a solo project.
Yeah.
Then right before I released the first album, I decided to change the name in case it was supposed to be more like a band.
Yeah, because the kind of, let's say, the first, because of course there are a lot, album being released. It's not just one album. Between a full length and EP, we have a lot. And if we go like say to a lot of music, if we go to focus on, on each story behind each album, we're gonna sleep. We can have a coffee and a tea and then take a pillow and get to sleep. But of course, it's important as well to notice the difference between the beginning. So the beginning, if correct me if I'm wrong, it's the first full length. It's mentioned.
Yeah, correct.
So going from there, like let's see it like this is a journey. Okay, so like, how do you think the Man Machine industry changed during all this? Because of course you had 5 full length. 4 full length?
I don't know actually.
Okay, I can tell you.
I don't remember. Have you listened to the first Mention album? Have you heard this?
Of course, I did the research.
Totally different sound, right? It's more EBM synth, frontline ensemble, Nine Inch Nails, early 9 Inch Nails stuff.
And now you're like, you had the sound of
now it's thrash metal,
like thrash metal. But of course, before going, thrash metal more like the Bay Area or more like the Teutonical thrash metal?
Bay Area. I love the Bay Area sound.
I have nothing against. Please don't hate me, Sami from Creator. I have nothing against Sami and everyone. I love them. But thrash metal from Bay Area, it's a family. Every time I'm speaking with Craig Cicero and Daniel White from Mordred, all this band, I say it's a family. The Ted Aguilar, it's a family, and I love them for that, because it's a kind of even if you're far from them. And because as well, if I'm not wrong, you played with Death Angel as well, some gigs, some live shows.
Yeah, we did a short Scandinavian tour with Death Angel up here about a little over a year ago, actually.
Yeah, 2022, if am I right?
Yeah.
How was it? Because of course, Death Angel is
was great. It was great. Yeah, Death Angel is a favorite band of mine since the late 80s, and it was amazing to meet them in person and to hang out with them, and especially to play as support acts to them. It was amazing, actually. So we can say really fun.
So we can say as well that that Death Angel are amongst your personal and musical influences as well.
Yeah. All those guys from the Bay Area. Forbidden, Testament, Exodus, Death Angel, Heathen, of course. For Flotsam and Jetsam, I love them as well. And,
amazing
stuff like that. I love fast thrash metal like Slayer as well, but I love it more when it's a little more melodic in it.
Yeah,
more groove and more melody.
Yeah, that's what but as well, like in your last, because of course we were speaking about the album. The beginning, you said there was more like, let's say, Nine Inch Nails vibe. I hate this this Nine Inch Nails sound. Let's say like that. But so what bring you to change in all these years? Because now it's like thrash. It's not like you were doing like death metal and then you moved to thrash. That we can understand that Sin Just Possessed. It's a clear example of thrash and death, of course.
Yeah.
But
I think it has much to do with me learning to play guitar. Actually,
Okay.
the better I got on playing guitar, the more I wanted to play, because I think guitar is the funniest, the most enjoyable instrument
Yeah.
for me to play. So in industrial metal, it's more like da 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 da, and then you sing or machines
Okay.
going, you know. But the better I got on guitar, the closer I got learning how to play thrash metal.
Okay.
Going via heavy metal. I mean, the 2014 album,
Okay.
Box of Horrors, is more
Yeah.
heavy metal. Yeah.
Okay. So
And then
basically,
I went
when
there
okay,
towards
okay.
thrash. So the better I got at guitar, the more I wanted to riff. And thrash metal is the most challenging
Dimension.
way
So
to play. Yeah, it's
in
hard, but it's real fun.
so we can say that the turning point in album and or EP speaking is with the Eschaton.
I'd say Doomsday Clock from 2019. I'd say
So from
that one has
2020,
a
you
little
started.
more thrash metal in it. Yeah.
Okay. And but of course there was all these Eschaton 1, Eschaton 2. So
Yeah.
what was it? Because of course I'm curious to know about this. Because it's
Well,
kind of a
it's a trilogy.
okay, it's a trilogy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's a
So
concept. All is a concept. There's
not as a concept, but as a theme.
okay.
I started right during the lockdown here in Sweden, when everything closed down and
Yeah.
our tours got cancelled and stuff like that. I immediately locked myself in the studio and started writing. I thought, I got nothing to do, so why not write the next album? So I wrote about 20 songs, maybe something like that, in just a month or two. It went very fast. And then I contacted my record label, GMR Music, and asked if they would be interested in, instead of releasing one long album,
Yeah, of course.
do it as 3 EPs instead,
that's
like a trilogy.
Yeah, because it's as well the people can, let's say, assimilate or understand better. Because when it's, I mean, even an album that we can assimilate, we're not, but if it's a trilogy and has a theme behind it, of course, follow it. It's even, you know, more interesting because wait, I'm waiting number 2. Wait, I'm waiting number 3. And I mean, which is the topic, the meaning behind it? Because I guess there is a story.
Yeah, not a conceptual story, but the theme is the end of the world. Okay. So Eschaton 1, Reckoning Day, Eschaton 2, Judgment Day, and the next one, Eschaton 3, comes next year. And the theme is like, on the first one, I had topics like historical ending of the world, like the Egyptian take on the end of the world. How did they think it would end? And also futuristics, like Terminator style or something like that, or economical problems. And on this one, number 2, I have more up to date what's happening right now in our world right now. Is the world closing? Is this the beginning of the end? Kind of.
Exactly, I say that all the time. Yeah. This is unfortunately, maybe not now. Maybe it will take decades, but it's the beginning of the end, kind of.
Yeah. But where is the beginning? Is it now? We don't know actually until we're past a few decades, like you say.
Yeah. So
we'll see.
And so with Eschaton 3, basically there will be the end. There will be
it'll be the end, and it'll also take a few of this, like we had the COVID experience, or what do you say, plague or stuff like that as well. So Eschaton 3 will have more medical pharmacy and power.
So like let's say the ending, but going through as well a little bit of I don't want to say big controversial big pharma, but that point of like
Yeah.
what we went through, because we
Yeah.
lied, we've not been lied, we don't know still. It's weird, but we don't I mean, every one of us, I think each one of us has their own opinion, but at the end, I think we are not even sure of that opinion because we don't have any proof.
No, we don't know everything that's going on behind the curtains. But at the same time, I think we should be glad we're not knowing everything, because if we knew, I believe many people would have panicked.
Yeah, because like you remember, we went all that through, especially here in Italy and another country in the southern part. We went through that fighting things that you have to have 3 jab vaccine, otherwise you can't work, you can't go out. So we're like, okay, let's go to take one the first. So we don't know what we actually have, and let's leave it like that.
Yeah,
enjoy the present.
Yeah, you have to live in the now as well.
Yeah, because if you
here and now and make the best of it, Yeah,
always,
it's important. Yeah.
Always, yeah, because if we think about what is going, just let's shut down a little bit, like the news for some days, just here and during the week, let's see what's going on in the world. Okay, fine, I know, move on.
Yeah.
If we stop focusing on today, we are gonna lose a fucking lot of times.
Yeah.
Waste time. And that's all what you produce during lockdown is remarkable, because you basically did what you said now, like here and now I'm producing and you released. Yeah.
During the lockdown, I wrote 3 albums. So I have planned 3 years ahead.
Good, because now it's just like less work, but as well like
less one. Yeah,
but as well like I of course you've been in the scene for a long time. So you basically, as well, being in Europe, because like about thrash metal, we had the Bay Area thrash metal, the Teutonical thrash metal, that there was no one, and there was like a kind of bit stiff area, like no one, maybe some bands from Ireland like Gamma Bomb, something like that in the beginning of 2000. But today there are a lot of new bands, Evil Invaders, Dust Bowl. So in your eyes, because of course you have your own experience, which is huge, how do you see this scene evolve? Like what you can see from them, the main difference between, maybe, let's say, I don't want to say the Bay Area at the beginning, but as well, for example, in Sweden, how the scene has changed?
Sweden has, all the way back to when death metal came along, Sweden was leading worldwide with death metal. You had like Florida with the guys in Florida, and you had Stockholm death metal.
Yeah.
And then came Gotham metal. So in Sweden, it's been death metal for ages. It feels like it's just been death metal bands since Entombed blasted the world,
Oh my god, yeah.
So thrash metal has been put aside, and heavy metal as well. Well, we had Hammerfall, Successful, and stuff like that, but mostly it's death metal from here in Sweden. And for me, I love death metal, but I like death metal, but I love thrash metal. So for me, I've longed for the time that thrash metal would wake up in Sweden again, and it actually has done that for the past maybe 2-3 years. Actually, there's some young bands coming out of Sweden now that are really good, and it seems like the young kids today love both death and thrash equally as much.
And they make a little bit of both. Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, it's more acceptable. Back in the day, the death metal and black metal scene thought that thrash metal, it was too weak, it's too soft.
Come on, you have slang.
It was like that, but today it's more acceptable. So both to like heavy metal and thrash metal. So it's better today, I think.
Yeah, we have more choice as well, and as well we're free to experiment a lot of time, and as well your back, I mean, your career is an example of that, going through all the genre, really.
Yeah.
Like
And that's the beauty of having it like a solo project as well, because I don't owe the guys in the band anything. I can just write which music am I in the mood to write today. Okay, rock and roll or heavy metal, thrash metal. I mean, in 10 years, maybe Man Machine Industry will release a ZZ Top album or something like that.
That would be fucking cool. Some ZZ Top sound with some trash, you know, like the speed trash, like overkill, you know, like it would be fun.
So it's no barriers for Man Machine Industry, but I love thrash metal right now. I love writing thrash and playing thrash. So
the
album sounds thrash metal.
I as well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel that a lot of let's say, I don't want to say the mantra, the motto, but one of the main things we can say of Man Machine Industry is about here and now. I'm perceiving that like here and now, like today I want to do that, tomorrow, and that's beautiful because you can give because Man Machine Industry is you, Johnny, so it's who you are, and as well, if tomorrow you put up, let's say, not an indie album but whatever, maybe that's you, so people follows you because
that's all. Like I said, it's the beauty of being a solo project, and it's also the beauty of not being a big band, because if I'm a big band, then I owe my fans to deliver what they love me for, you know. But now I have no fans.
Don't say that.
But I mean, now many of them has actually followed me from the start and joined in on all the different genres.
That's a good thing as well, because if someone followed you, for example, or even if they found you, let's say, from the last album, they like the Nine Inch Nails vibe, let's say, and we mentioned, and they start you following, like, listen, this could be as well a good way to introduce to the young people that they don't know, maybe, I don't know, teenager, they are not aware of thrash metal or heavy metal. They can with your music, like for example, with your career, they can have kind of a hint, and maybe they can go deeper. Oh, I like that album, I can go deeper in that genre. So you basically did a kind of a music encyclopedia sound.
You can say that.
You can do the best. You can do the best of, and have all the genre in your. But I mean, saying, sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No.
I was saying just in general. I mean, we spoke about the last three and the next EP a little bit, but lyric-wise, in general, which are your influences? I mean, it could be anything, even a book or a air conditioner controller.
It's not an air conditioner controller yet, but maybe I'll do a song about that later. No, I like to write albums on themes. So all the way back to at least the Box of Horrors, that album had like short stories, like King Diamond would like write it, short stories based on some horror moments. And Doomsday Clock had many lyrics on also kind of the end of the world, but much more fantasy based. And like these one, Eschaton 1, 2, and 3 as well. So I like to write on themes, and that's not what I didn't discover it until quite late, I written about a few albums before that, but my English wasn't that good, so the lyrics it was
writing to me. There is a lot of band that keep their own music in their native language, which is not nothing bad. I mean, if they want to know the meaning, there's nothing bad to learn a new language.
It's hard. It's hard. I'm actually writing an album right now in Swedish, not for
Really?
Man Machine Industry, but for another project I'm working on. So it's gonna be fun to release that and see what people think.
Always your own project or with other people?
No, I got some with some other people as well. But I play. I got a project called Johnstone 68.
Okay.
An old friend of mine. We played in the 80s already, and we still play today. So we have written an album as well, Johnstone 68, and there I play drums and he does guitar and bass, and then we have some guest singers and guest guitarists doing some lead, and it's more 70s Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, rock and roll,
Okay.
So I work with other guys as well, but like I said, where I really feel I belong and where I really enjoy my creativity, it's here in the studio. It's my favorite place.
Yeah, because we can say that you're a kind of as one, not only like a musician, but like a kind of a composer as well, because doing everything by yourself, it's just being honest, just being a composer. You can even, if I receive the right information, you should be as well in some video games from PS3 or something called Darkness. So that's something remarkable.
It wasn't until that moment when that video in the game was released that I realized maybe Man Machine Industry have a more mainstream audience than I thought. Then I got into looking at festival gigs, and I got the record label sign contract and stuff like that. So I was late bloomer on that area, actually.
But you can see that as well, with the collaboration you had with David White. I mean, and how this collaboration of course came spontaneous because of Ethan is as well like people from that listen thrash metal, like people, let's say in general, they knew just Metallica, Slayer, but Ethan is just the big as well from the Bay Area, like The Angel and Ex-Order, The Forbidden, that now are back. Amazing. So how this collaboration with David White was born?
Well, I had this idea when I wrote the concept albums, the theme albums, that I would have one guest on each album, singing a duet with me. So on the first album, Eschaton 1, you have Dave Hill from Demon. And then I met David White and the Heathen at a festival called here in Sweden where we played the same night. And it was the first time I saw the guys live. They haven't played in Sweden before that. I don't think so. So I walked up to them when they were sitting down and eating some food, and I just walked up to them and, hey guys, I fucking love your band. I'm so looking forward to checking out your show tonight. And they were really nice and started chatting right away, and really cool guys. And it ended up with them coming to see our show as well, and they really liked it. They told one of the guitarists it was a great show, fucking good energy and everything, And then when I was about to write the lyrics for the Eschaton 2 album, David White was one of the first one I thought of.
In your mind.
Yeah, so I sent him 3 songs. And it was the first song, Where Angels Die, the second one, R.I.P., and the third one, The Sniper. So you got a very fast song, mid-tempo, and a melodic, beautiful song. And he chose R.I.P. because he thought that would fit him the best. And the result was amazing, I think. Really, really awesome.
Because as well, like it's interesting of having some guests here, but of course it came spontaneous to ask me there will be some guests as well in Eschaton 3.
Yes, it will.
Okay, that we will reveal. I mean, when will be out Eschaton 3? We will do an interview proper for that. Because now it's like, the first interview we are getting to know man and machine industry, Johnny, but next time we're gonna to focus about just one thing. So we're gonna dig into.
That's good. Sounds good.
Of course, we have to, because we will do a comparison between Eschaton 1, 2, and 3. That's important to do. Before you do the background and then you do the digging. That's the main things always.
Yeah.
And
the idea with when all 3 albums are out, the idea is that you should enjoy 1, 2, and 3 together, like playing them after one, checking out the beautiful cover art that also goes in the same style.
Who's take care of the cover art?
Yeah. Who? It's a friend of mine. His name is Anders Plasgaard. He's done all album arts since A Box of Horrors, I think. Yeah.
So it's amazing.
He does the basic foundation of it all with the character and everything, and I sit here and
I choose
picking pieces and putting out everything together with the logo and everything.
And that's we are back. So of course we talk about, of course, the album, but I wanted to ask you about if you have that. So today, right now, what is in the mind of man machine industry? Do you have some live planned? What's going on in the next future?
Well, right now I'm actually getting ready to write the lyrics for the last Eschaton 3 album.
Ooh, so it's the writing, the writing part. Okay.
I have my headphones with me wherever I go. I think about melodies and lyrical themes and all that stuff. So it's right now it's just all up here.
Right. Yeah.
So I have to get it out here and here.
So it's the singing and the writing, and
it's the hardest part, I think.
Yeah, but it's as well, the part when everything can at the end join together and you can finally say that's. I mean, not the end, but it's kind of we did it. Now it's time for me to just mastering the album. And about live, did you plan something for live shows, or now it's
we have a show coming up here in Sweden, and we are right now booking some Sweden shows for 2024. But we are also looking into the possibility of going out in Europe one more time with some main band to play support. So we've been on the road with Prong earlier, Europe. We did that thing with Death Angel as well, and we've done a few stuff around Scandinavia as well with smaller bands. But we're looking into buying in us on a support tour. We'll see what we can find.
Or some festival too. Some festivals or some festivals.
Festivals would be cool. I mean, we have played every major big festival in Sweden, every one. But we have a hard time getting contact with people outside Sweden to get in at some festivals.
Maybe
I hope we can arrange something.
2024 is gonna be different because a lot of things are changing with the music, because now it's getting more faster as well. The festival, it's full, it's packed. Festival, there are new festivals showing up every day. I'm like, where am I supposed to go? So but anyway, what can I say, JB? Really, it was a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to do that next and further interview so we can talk about Eschaton 1, 2, and 3 deeper. And
sounds great.
It was a pleasure. Let's keep in touch, and thanks for everything. Wish you all the best, and especially wrote the air conditioner song.
It was great. Thank you for having me on the show.
It's a pleasure always. Have a good evening. Bye.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.